Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic figures. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're going to explore the captivating story of Jim Morrison, the enigmatic frontman of The Doors. With his brooding stage presence, poetic lyrics, and untimely death, Morrison has become a legendary figure in rock music. But before he donned the persona of the Lizard King, Jim Morrison was just a young boy, growing up in a military family, navigating the complexities of his own identity. Born on December 8, 1943, in Melbourne, Florida, James Douglas Morrison was the son of Rear Admiral George Stephen Morrison and Clara Virginia Clark Gauda. His early life was marked by frequent moves, as his father's naval career took the family to various parts of the country. In 1946, the Morrisons settled in San Diego, California, where Jim spent most of his childhood. The family's home, a modest house on Neptune Place, overlooked the Pacific Ocean, and it was here that Jim developed a deep love for the sea and the sense of freedom it represented. As a child, Jim was a curious and introspective boy, often lost in his own thoughts and imagination. His parents encouraged his creative pursuits, and he spent hours reading and writing poetry. His mother, Clara, introduced him to the works of William Blake, Arthur Rimbaud, and other visionary poets who would later inspire his songwriting. Jim's father, Rear Admiral George Morrison, was a complex figure, both authoritarian and charismatic. He instilled in Jim a sense of discipline and responsibility, but also encouraged his creative pursuits. In 1958, the Morrisons moved to Alexandria, Virginia, where Jim attended George Washington High School. It was during this period that Morrison began to develop his interests in philosophy and psychology, devouring books on topics like existentialism and the human condition. He became fascinated with the ideas of Friedrich Nietzsche, whose concept of the Übermensch, or Superman, would later influence his own stage persona. Jim's academic record was uneven, but he excelled in English and history, demonstrating a keen intellect and passion for learning. The tension between his parents' opposing personalities played a significant role in shaping Jim's personality and artistic vision. His father's strict discipline and expectations often clashed with his mother's more nurturing influence, creating an inner conflict that would later manifest in Morrison's music and poetry. Despite these challenges, Jim's family provided a supportive environment for his creative growth, encouraging him to explore his passions and interests. In 1961, Jim enrolled at St. Petersburg Junior College in Florida, where he studied philosophy and psychology. However, it was during his time at UCLA, which began in 1964, that Morrison's creative talents truly flourished. The campus, with its eclectic mix of artists, activists, and free thinkers, provided the perfect incubator for Jim's unique blend of poetry, music, and performance art. It was during this time that Morrison met Ray Manzarek, a fellow student who shared his passion for music and philosophy. Together, they formed The Doors, with Manzarek on keyboards, Robbie Krieger on guitar, and John Densmore on drums. The band's early performances were marked by Morrison's intense stage presence and poetic lyrics, which drew inspiration from the works of William Blake, Arthur Rimbaud, and Friedrich Nietzsche. In 1966, The Doors signed with Elektra Records and released their debut single, Light My Fire, which became a massive hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song's success was fueled by Morrison's charismatic performance on the band's first album, also titled The Doors. The album's blend of rock, blues, and poetry resonated with a generation of young people seeking change and creative expression. As The Doors' popularity grew, so did Morrison's reputation as a provocative and enigmatic figure. His stage performances became increasingly theatrical, featuring his signature leather pants, brooding gaze, and poetic monologues. Off stage, Morrison's personal struggles with addiction and relationships began to take a toll on his health and creative output. Despite these challenges, the Doors continued to produce innovative music, releasing albums such as Strange Days and Waiting for the Sun. These albums featured some of the band's most iconic songs, including People Are Strange, Break On Through, and Hello, I Love You. Morrison's lyrics explored themes of love, death, and transformation, drawing on his interests in philosophy, psychology, and mysticism. The Doors' music was not only a reflection of Morrison's inner world, but also a response to the tumultuous times in which they lived. The band's songs addressed issues like social justice, personal freedom, and the search for meaning in a chaotic world. As Morrison once said, "The most important kind of freedom is to be what you really are," a sentiment that resonated with young people seeking authenticity and self-expression. As we explore the remarkable achievements of the Doors and Morrison's rise to stardom, it becomes clear that his creative breakthroughs were deeply connected to his personal struggles and early life experiences. The tension between his parents' opposing personalities, his fascination with philosophy and psychology, and his love of poetry all contributed to the unique blend of music and art that defined the Doors. In 1970, the Doors released their fifth studio album, Morrison Hotel, which marked a return to their blues rock roots. The album was well received by critics and fans, but Morrison's increasing substance abuse and erratic behavior were causing tension within the band. Despite these challenges, the Doors continued to tour and perform, with Morrison's stage presence remaining as intense and unpredictable as ever. In 1971, Morrison moved to Paris with his girlfriend, Pamela Corson, in an attempt to escape the chaos of his life in Los Angeles. He spent his days writing poetry and exploring the city, but his addiction to heroin continued to worsen. On July 3, 1971, Jim Morrison was found dead in his bathtub, allegedly due to a heart attack brought on by his excessive substance abuse. The exact circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, with many theories and conspiracies emerging over the years. Morrison's untimely death at the age of 27 shocked fans and the music world, but it also cemented his legacy as a rock icon. The Doors' music continued to inspire and influence new generations of artists, from punk rockers like The Clash and the Sex Pistols to poets and writers like Patti Smith and Jim Carroll. In the years following Morrison's death, the Doors released several posthumous albums, including Other Voices and Full Circle, which featured unreleased material, and demos recorded by the band during Morrison's lifetime. These albums provided a glimpse into the creative process of one of rock music's most innovative and enigmatic figures. Today, Jim Morrison's legacy extends far beyond his music with the Doors. He is remembered as a poet, a philosopher, and a cultural icon who embodied the spirit of rebellion and nonconformity that defined the 1960s. His poetry and writings continue to be widely read and studied, offering insights into the mind and creative process of a true original. As we conclude our biography of Jim Morrison, it's clear that his life was marked by both brilliant creativity and tragic excess. Despite the challenges he faced, Morrison left an indelible mark on rock music and popular culture, inspiring countless fans and artists with his unique blend of poetry, music, and performance art. His legacy continues to captivate audiences to this day, a testament to the enduring power of his art and his unbridled spirit. Join us next time on Star Bios as we explore the life and career of another iconic figure in rock music. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.